Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. I'm doing this video as your Gen X grandma psychic tarot reader who wants to set the record straight on a few things. Okay, so this video is about the twin flame journey and the soulmate journey and all of the misconceptions and so forth about these two subjects. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you straight up, no holds barred, that this whole romanticized thing, about the twin flame journey and whatnot, isn't exactly how this works, okay? If, okay, so I personally have been on a twin flame journey for about the last 12 years. And it is about not only, it's not about romance at all. Okay, it's about learning about yourself. Your twin flame mirrors your soul. They're the other part of your soul. So it's not, the soulmate thing is completely different, right? But the twin flame journey is like learning about yourself mirrored through this other person. Kind of a yin yang kind of thing, if you will. So I just wanted to kind of give you an overview because I see all these things all the time, and it's like, oh, twin flame is so wonderful and stuff. No, it's really not, actually. It's a very powerful learning experience. You learn so much about yourself mirrored through this other person, and they learn so much about themselves mirrored through this other person. And usually in your twin flame journey, you're actually kind of not meant to end up together romantically. If you do, it's kind of a miracle, honestly. But it's more about your soul's journey and their soul's journey together, because you are two halves of the same thing. Does that make sense? So if you're looking for fairy tales and Disney romantic endings and whatnot, your soulmate situation is definitely much more what you'd be looking for. For the soulmate relationship, you're two souls that have been, in a soul relationship, part of your soul family and stuff, that have been walking parallel together, okay? And you complement each other, and you bounce things off of each other, and you get the warm tinglies and stuff like that. The twin flame journey is more, it's more of an ego and soul journey that's like, combined with this other person, if you will. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but there's this whole thing called the dark night of the soul, which I've been through, which is kind of a soul and ego death and rebirth thing. And it's a period of time where it's intensely sorrowful, and it's not an easy thing to live through. But once you get through it and come out on the other side, you have learned so much about yourself and through this other person and through yourself, and they generally are going through the same thing at about the same time. Like I said, you're mirrored. So it's not all rose petals and fluff. So I'm trying to prepare you. If you get into a place where you feel like you found your twin flame, they feel like home. They feel like so familiar, and you love them intensely, but and they love you intensely. It's like finding a piece of yourself, if you will. And it's a long, rocky road. There's no getting around it. You learn so much about yourself and them through them and through you. Whereas the soulmate journey is, it's this beautiful thing, and you can have more than one soulmate. You can have soulmates within your family. You can have romantic soulmates, people that you meet, that you feel like you've known all of your life and whatnot, that complement you. And that's a beautiful thing too, but the twin flame journey is work. Okay. It's not, rose petals and fluff. So, I hope that this helps to answer a few questions for you. Like I said, I just wanted to tell you straight up, honestly, hon, because, I get a little bit annoyed sometimes with all of the, oh, look at how wonderful, and all the twin flame stuff and whatnot. Having gone through this and still continuing to go through this, It's a rough road, hun, but it's so worth it, but, you'll know it when you meet them. When I first saw my twin flame, he was literally glowing blue. Like, he came walking out, I had never seen him before, and he was literally, his blue aura was huge. And I literally heard in my head, that's him. And I just knew. And then I didn't see him again for several months. And then, like, I just ran into him when I was having, like, a panic attack. And it was just like, it was like somehow coming home. Kind of crazy. And I've been doing this now since 2011, September 23rd, 2011 to be exact. I remember the exact day. That's how much of an impression it made on me. So, anyway, I just wanted to tell you, as somebody who's just wanting to be completely honest with you, this is a journey. It's not a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's just a journey. And your soul will go through so much. And some of it's really painful, but you learn a lot. And I hope that helps. So, if this message moves you at all, hit that like button, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know if you're in this kind of situation, let me know what, your twin flame journey feels like, because it's a little bit different for everybody, but there is definitely a lot to it. I liken it to, like quantum, quantum entanglement, where you got the two little sparks floating around and stuff, and one blips out at the other blips out at the exact same time, that kind of thing. That's what it feels like. Okay? You take care, have a good day, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.